Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernard from the BTNHD, and yes, we are finally reviewing the Xornet 2 gaming mouse from Cooler Master. I think a couple of weeks ago I did an unboxing for you guys, and I'm super excited about this review, so let's actually get to it. One of the cool things about the Xornet 2 gaming mouse from Cooler Master is that the entire body is designed as a claw. It's a claw design. It allows you to use it for long-lasting gameplay without even hurting your hand. Now, for me, that's a plus. The entire body is plastic. Well, it's not really all plastic because on the side, on the left and right side of the mouse, we have rubber side grids. Now, one of the bad things about the rubber side grids is that it gets dirty real fast because of the grease in your hands. But you can actually clean it off with a little bit of alcohol, and it just, all that grinding will come off right away. The Xornet 2 gaming mouse is designed on the fly DPI control, which actually the DPI control is the scrolling button right here. And the max that you could get is about 3500 DPI. The lowest that you could get is 500. Now that's not bad. The mid-range, which is the second mode, is around 1350. The Xornet 2 gaming mouse is great for first-person shooters as well as real-time strategy games such as League of Legends, Call of Duty, Counter-Strikes. This is a great mouse for those type of games. The Xornet 2 gaming mouse is actually running an Avago 3320 optical sensor for pinpoint accuracy. And I kind of think it is really accurate when I'm playing my League of Legends. Now the cable length, it's plastic, it's made out of PVC, and the length of the cable is about 1.8 meters in length. Now one of the cool things about gaming mouse is that the buttons, how many buttons does it have to actually configure to allow you to play those games the way that you want to play them. Now the Xornet 2 gaming mouse from Cooler Master has 7 buttons that are configurable. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, which is on the side. The Xornet 2 mouse does have LED control, which is in the scrolling button, and it has the basics RGB, which is red, green, and blue, which allows you to go between your DPI settings. I believe the red is 500. The green is the one I like the most, which is in the middle, which is 1350, and 3500 is the blue color. But if you install the software within your PC, it allows you to configure the grid or the spectrum of the color on the scrolling button, which I'm going to show you guys how to install the software pretty soon. Okay, so installing the mouse is extremely easy to install. It's a USB mouse, so what you want to do within your laptop or desktop, you want to find the available USB port and just plug it in. And once you plug it into available USB, your operating system is automatically going to pick it up. It's going to install the default drivers. Now, it's not the drivers that allows you to configure the LED lights on the scrolling button, but it will get you up and running extremely fast. Now, I'm going to show you guys where to get the drivers as well as the firmware update to keep your mouse hardware up to date, and show you how the application works to configure the 7 buttons as well as the LED lights on the scrolling button. Okay, so the default drivers are installed on my laptop. The mouse is working with no problem. I'm not going to restart now. And we want to go to coolermaster.com. I'm going to provide this link at the bottom of the video, so don't worry about it. Once you're at the coolermaster.com, you want to locate the Xornet 2 gaming mouse, and you want to go to the download section. Within the download section, you're going to get 2 installations. You want to download the firmware as well as the application software. The reason why you want to get these guys is because you want your mouse to have the latest and greatest firmware. And the latest firmware right now for this mouse is version 1.14. We're going to download the application. We're going to click on Global. And we are going to download the latest firmware. So we're going to click on Global on this one. So the first thing that you guys need to do is install the application first. So I am actually going to click here and go to Show in Folder. We're going to locate our software folder, right click on it, and we want to extract the files. And press OK. And do the same thing for your firmware download as well. And we'll extract those 2. Press OK. Awesome. Again, the first thing that you need to do is install the software. So what we're going to do is double click on the software, double click on the application. It's going to start preparing the installation for you. We're going to click on Next. Default settings is going to drop it on the C drive, so we're going to click on Next and install. All right, so you get the installation that the wizard is completed. That is always a good thing for us. It wants you to auto start the Xornet 2 software with Windows, which I think you want, and we're going to launch the Xornet 2 software. Now, I'm not going to launch it right now because I want to push out the firmware first. So let's click on Finish. Let's go back to Downloads or wherever you drop those 2 installation files. And we're going to double click on our firmware and find this guy right here, the exe file. And we're going to upgrade our mouse to the latest firmware. So right now it's on firmware 1.03. That's going to be the default, but we want to get to the latest one, which is 1.14. So let's click OK. Okay, so the firmware update is done. Now, if by any chance you guys have any issues with the firmware stating that it failed, don't worry about it. What you need to do is unplug the Xornet 2 gaming mouse from your computer, plug it back into the machine, and restart the firmware update, and the installation should work with no problem. Okay, so we're going to press OK. We're going to close this up. We're going to close the website, and what we're going to do is locate that new application that installed on our machine, and it's right here. It's called the Xornet 2. So let's click on it, and from here you're going to get all the goodies that we need to do, which is awesome. We have 4 tabs. We have the main control, LED, sensor, and support. The main control allows you to configure each of the buttons the way that you want it. You're also able to configure the OS sensitivity, which is always a plus. This is awesome. By default, right now, the OS sensitivity is set to 6. OS double click speed is set to 4. And the button response time is set to 12 milliseconds, but you can get it up to 32 milliseconds. The lowest is 4 milliseconds. You can also control the LED. Now, by default, it comes with red, green, and blue, RGB. But you're able to change these guys with no problem. So if you want to change DPI 1, which is red, you can actually configure it to another color, let's say yellow, and then you apply it. Now, the cool thing about the Xornet 2 and the application, it allows you to do LED modes. Static, it basically keeps it nice and solid. You got the spectrum, rapid fire, breathing, and then you could just turn it off if you don't like the coloring. Now, for the sensor tab, these are the sensor tab. By default, your DPI 1, level 1, which is red, is going to be 500. The middle range is your green, which is level 2 for DPI, is going to be 1250, which is the one that I like to play a lot for my LOL. And the last one, which is the highest one, is 3500 DPI, which is level 3, which is blue. But you're able to configure it the way you want it. And the supports tab is basically information in case you have any issues. You could just click on it and it will take you there and give you information how to support the Xornet 2 gaming mouse. But as you can see, it's lit up in red. And to control the mouse by default, if you want to control the DPI settings, this is red, which is the lowest one, is about 500. If you press these buttons, this is what allows you to quickly adjust your DPI settings. Now, the bottom one is already set up to red, but if you click on the button right here to go up, it changes to green. And then green is the middle one. The green is the one that I like to use the most, which is about 1350 to 1250 DPI. And the last one is blue, which is 3500 DPI, which if you look at the mouse is just going crazy. I'm not used to using 3500 DPI settings, so I like to just hit down one time to the green and just use this setting. It allows me to move the mouse without moving or raising my hand too much. Red, which is the last one, it's to the point that it doesn't really move. You have to have like a lot of space to move the mouse, or you got to constantly, raise it to move the mouse. Clicking is really fast. I get a lot of response to it, which is awesome. And as you can see, I am clicking away and I'm getting great response. One of the cool things about this mouse, again, like I said before, it has a claw design and allows me to just have a nice grip. Your pinky is constantly touching the grid right here on the side, which is very comfortable. And your thumb is always on here. It can be used for people that are lefty or right-handed. It's a good mouse for the pricing. I love the fact that you're able to configure the DPI settings within the application. I haven't changed the DPI settings at all. I left it the way it is by default. Again, by default, you get the 300, 1350, and the 3500, which is the highest DPI settings that you could get. And with the response time, it is really great. Like right now, I am using the green, which is about 1350 in DPI. And I'm gonna switch it up to blue. And as you can see, my mouse is just going crazy. I'm not used to that craziness. I'm loving the response on the left and right click on the mouse. Works great, as you guys can hear it. Pretty loud, but it's really fast. The grips on the left hand side as well as the right hand side feels real comfortable in the hand. Again, the body itself is all plastic except the left and right hand side is rubber. The bottom part, you got this nice glossy kind of plastic type of matted material. It helps the mouse to glide real easy in surfaces that are not using like a mouse pad. Like I don't have a mouse pad and I'm able to use this mouse with no problem, which is a plus. All right guys, so that is my hands-on review on the Xornet 2 gaming mouse from Cooler Master. I mean, this little guy packs a punch. I was super surprised when I took it out of the box. It was really small. I felt it's not going to fit my big hands, and I felt like I was not going to be using it for a long time, but I find myself using it all the time. Again, with the claw design, it feels extremely comfortable with my hand. I love the fact that it has the side grids for my pinky and my thumb to rest comfortably. I'm loving the on-the-fly controls for the DPI. Again, you only have 3 settings with RGB, which is the default colors. Again, the lowest one is 300 and the highest DPI setting is 3500. But you're able to change the color to any color that you want, which is pretty awesome, as long as you guys install the software within your PC. As you guys saw when I was playing some video games, it has a fast response on clicking. I just can't stop clicking it because it's just like really fast. I could just click, 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 and it's just very, it's on the point, very accurate with the response time with clicking and using it for first person shooting games as well as real-time strategy games. I mean, it's a great find, great purchase. And that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this hands-on review on the Xornet 2 gaming mouse from Cooler Master, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.